This is the AI avatar of Carl Willis, CEO of Remodeling Marketing Team, filling in while Carl is innovating and strategizing on behalf of our clients. The homeowner had already made up her mind before she ever called. That is the part most contractors never see. She had searched late at night, compared photos, read reviews, asked a chatbot what a kitchen remodel should cost, checked who responded fastest, and quietly ruled out 3 companies in less than 10 minutes. One of them had better craftsmanship. One had been in business longer. One might even have offered a better price. But none of that mattered, because by the time the phone rang, the real competition was already over. This is the strange new problem facing remodeling contractors as 2026 approaches. The job is still physical, cabinets still have to be installed, tile still has to be cut, permits, timelines, dust, budgets, homeowners, surprises behind walls, all of that is still very real. But the way a homeowner chooses who gets invited into that reality is changing fast. The first job site is no longer the house. It is the search result, the review page, the ad, the website, the instant reply, and increasingly, the AI-generated answer that appears before a customer ever reaches a contractor. For years, many remodeling companies survived on a familiar rhythm. Do good work, get referrals, keep the truck visible, run some ads when the phone slows down, maybe update the website every few years, maybe post a finished bathroom when someone remembers. It was not perfect, but it worked well enough. A strong local reputation could carry a business through slow seasons. A few good referral partners could keep crews busy. But then the homeowner's decision path began to stretch, fragment, and speed up all at once. Here is the first uncomfortable question. If a homeowner can now compare 10 contractors, scan dozens of reviews, evaluate photos, estimate budgets, and get AI-assisted advice in a single evening, what exactly counts as your first impression? Is it your homepage, your Google profile, your response time, your before and after gallery, your financing language, your reviews, your ad copy? The answer is yes, all of it. And that is where the old marketing model starts to crack. The old model treated marketing like a set of separate chores. A website over here, ads over there, search rankings somewhere else, social posts when there was time, email follow-up if someone had the software for it. A contractor could hire one vendor for paid ads, another for SEO, another for website work, and still have no single system connecting the homeowner's journey from first curiosity to signed contract. It looked like marketing, but often it behaved like a pile of disconnected tools. That may have been survivable when customers move slowly. It becomes dangerous when customers expect clarity immediately. Imagine a homeowner considering a major addition. She does not only want inspiration, she wants to know whether her budget is realistic. She wants to know who handles design. She wants to know whether the contractor has done similar projects nearby. She wants signals of trust before giving out her information. And if she reaches out, she expects the business to respond while her interest is still warm. This is where AI enters the story, but not in the flashy way people often talk about it. The real issue is not whether a contractor can use a chatbot to write a social media caption. That is a small piece. The deeper shift is that AI is changing the speed, scale, and personalization of how prospects are found, understood, qualified, followed up with, and converted. In other words, AI is not just a writing assistant. Used well, it becomes part of the nervous system of marketing. But that creates a second question, and it is the one many contractors are wrestling with quietly. If AI can do so much, why not just use the tools directly? Why would a remodeling company need an AI-first marketing partner at all? On the surface, the tools look simple. Generate ads, summarize calls, draft emails, analyze keywords, automate responses. The promise is seductive. Fewer people, faster output, lower cost. But this is where the story turns. AI can produce more marketing faster. It can also produce more wrong marketing faster. It can create campaigns that sound polished but miss the homeowner's real fear. It can generate content that is generic, untrustworthy, or detached from local market realities. It can automate follow-up without understanding the difference between a serious design build lead and someone casually pricing a weekend project. Speed without judgment does not create growth. It creates noise. And remodeling is not like selling a simple product online. A homeowner is not buying a pair of shoes. They are inviting strangers into their home, spending serious money, and living through disruption. Their questions are emotional as much as practical. Can I trust this company? Will they disappear halfway through? Will the final cost explode? Will they respect my house? Will the finished space look like the promise? The marketing has to answer those questions before the salesperson ever does. That is why the phrase AI first matters. Not AI only, not automation for its own sake. AI first means the marketing system is built with artificial intelligence at the center of how it listens, learns, adapts, and improves, but with human strategy guiding what matters. It means using data from searches, calls, forms, campaigns, website behavior, and customer questions to sharpen the message over time. It means the system does not simply broadcast, it pays attention. Think of a traditional campaign as a billboard on a road. It says the same thing to everyone who passes. Now think of an AI-supported marketing system as a conversation that keeps learning. Which project types attract the best fit clients? Which neighborhoods respond to which offers? Which pages make people hesitate? Which questions appear again and again before a consultation is booked? Which leads are worth immediate attention and which need education first? The value is not just in producing content, the value is in detecting patterns that a busy contractor may never have time to see. And this is where the third question appears. What happens to the contractor who does not adapt? Not all at once. There is no dramatic moment where the phone stops forever. The danger is quieter. Cost per lead creeps up. Referral volume becomes less predictable. Competitors appear more professional online. Homeowners arrive better informed but less patient. The sales team spends more time with poor fit inquiries. Good leads choose someone else before the first callback. The business still feels busy, but the pipeline becomes harder to control. In many remodeling companies, the owner feels this as a kind of tension. The crews are working, the reputation is solid, the work is good, and yet marketing feels strangely unstable. One month the leads are strong, the next month they are thin. One ad seems to work, then stops. A website redesign brings compliments, but not enough consultations. Social media gets attention, but not necessarily qualified projects. Everyone is doing something, but nobody is sure what is actually driving revenue. An AI-first marketing partner, at its best, is not just a vendor that makes things look better. It is a partner that connects the parts. It helps turn scattered activity into a measurable system. It can help identify the ideal customer, shape messaging around real homeowner concerns, improve local search visibility, support faster lead response, personalize nurture campaigns, track performance, and adjust based on what the market is actually doing. The promise is not magic. The promise is coordination, but there is another layer. As AI becomes more common, homeowners will also use it to filter their choices. They may ask tools to compare contractors, explain red flags, estimate project ranges, or summarize reviews. That means a company's public information has to be clearer, more consistent, and more trustworthy than ever. If your online presence is vague, outdated, thin, or confusing, it may not only fail to persuade a person, it may fail to be understood by the systems helping that person decide. This changes the meaning of authority. In the past, authority might have meant years in business, word of mouth, and a portfolio. Those still matter. But digital authority now also includes structured information, consistent service descriptions, clear project examples, helpful educational content, strong reviews, accurate local signals, and a fast path from interest to conversation. The contractor who explains well often gets trusted earlier, and the contractor who gets trusted earlier often gets the first real chance. Still, there is a trap here. Some businesses hear AI and imagine replacing relationship building with automation. That would be a mistake. Remodeling is a trust business. No homeowner wants to feel like a high-ticket project is being handled by a machine. The goal is not to make the company feel less human. The goal is to use technology so the human moments happen faster, with better context, and with less waste. A quick, thoughtful response still matters. A clear consultation still matters. A project manager who communicates well still matters. AI should support that trust, not imitate it badly. The deeper truth is that AI does not remove the need for strategy, It punishes the absence of strategy. If a contractor does not know which projects are most profitable, AI cannot define success. If the company's positioning is unclear, AI can only multiply the confusion. If the sales process is weak, more leads may simply expose the weakness faster. This is why the partner matters. The right partner does not begin by asking, what can we automate? The right partner asks, what kind of growth are we building, and where is the current system leaking opportunity? That question can lead to uncomfortable discoveries. Maybe the company is attracting too many small jobs when it wants larger remodels. Maybe the website shows beautiful work but does not explain process. Maybe ads bring traffic but the follow-up is too slow. Maybe reviews are strong but they do not highlight the services the company most wants to sell. Maybe homeowners are asking the same 5 questions and nobody has built content that answers them before the sales call. None of these problems are solved by technology alone, but technology can make them visible. Visibility is powerful because remodeling companies often operate under pressure. Owners are pulled between estimating, staffing, customer issues, production delays, cash flow, and quality control. Marketing can become reactive because everything else feels urgent, but a growth system cannot be built only when the calendar is empty. By the time the phone slows down, it may already be late. AI-first marketing is partly about building a system that keeps learning even when the owner is busy solving the problem of the day. Now return to that homeowner at the beginning. She is not trying to be unfair. She is trying to reduce risk. She has too many choices, too much information, and too little certainty. So she looks for signals. Who seems credible? Who explains the process? Who understands her type of project? Who responds clearly? Who appears consistently across search, reviews, website, and follow-up? She may not describe it this way, but she is asking one question over and over. Can I trust this company before I meet them? In 2026, that question may be answered earlier than ever. Sometimes before a form is submitted, sometimes before a call is made, sometimes inside an AI-generated recommendation, a local search result, or a comparison the contractor never sees. The contractor who waits for the phone to ring may believe the sales process starts with a conversation. The homeowner may have started it hours, days, or weeks before. So the real case for an AI-first marketing partner is not that every remodeling contractor needs more software. It is that the market is becoming too fast, too data-rich, and too fragmented for guesswork to remain the main strategy. The winners will not necessarily be the companies with the loudest ads. They will be the ones whose marketing systems listen carefully, respond quickly, communicate trust, and improve continuously. And the final twist is this: AI may change marketing, but it does not change what homeowners ultimately want. They still want competence. They still want honesty. They still want someone who will respect their home and deliver on the promise. The difference is that now those qualities have to be visible much earlier, before the meeting, before the estimate, before the first handshake. The contractor who lost the job before the phone rang may never know exactly why. Maybe the website felt thin. Maybe the response was too slow. Maybe another company answered the homeowner's question more clearly. Maybe an AI tool surfaced a competitor with stronger signals of trust. But the lesson is not to fear the future. The lesson is to build for the way decisions are actually being made. Because in the next era of remodeling marketing, the first wall you have to open up is not in the kitchen or the bathroom. It is the invisible wall between being good at the work and being chosen for it.